welcome. What is it? It's Patreon. It's Patreon ad.
What's just happened in this episode?
Oh my God! My favourite guest.
Harriet Dyer.
A lot more.
Absolute legend, isn't she?
It's just so easy.
And Louise was great as well.
going.
They've got a podcast together called Make Me Better, where they try and find ways to better themselves mentally and stuff like that. It's hilarious. You know what Harriet's like if you've watched any of her other episodes. If you haven't, go check them out. Get an idea of what she's like.
She is a fan favourite.
Yeah, she's
a Hall of Famer.
She's just chaos, and it's great. The episode's amazing.
Just chaos on legs.
Can't even remember what we spoke about.
Everything and the kitchen sink.
Just mad. She's got mad tales and that. But it was a class episode. You're going to love it. But before then, as always, we're here with Patreon. You know what's on Patreon now? The Burlesque special. Everyone loved it. The patrons are saying it's the best special yet.
It was fucking high stakes, let me tell you.
Yeah, loved it. I properly enjoyed myself doing it. You can check that out on Patreon. For just £3 a month, you get access to the Burlesque special, all the other specials we've ever done. That includes like the Bake Off, Sports Day, which we're doing another one of soon. The first Dungeons and Dragons, which we're doing a follow-up of next month. All the live shows we've ever done, which includes one in the Swingers, a documentary where we went and interviewed a load of Swingers is on there, and bonus episodes just for £3. You can access all of that instantly when you first sign up.
£3? Yeah, you can go buy yourself a scratch card and maybe win. Or you can sign up to Patreon and definitely win.
Definitely win, yeah. And if you want to spend a bit more money, if you can, £5 and £10 tiers, you get more stuff. You get prints, you can get members only club cards, you get 7 days early access to the public episodes, and then you get
Q&As with guests.
With guests. You get direct link to the guests that we have on, and also if you're a £10 patron, you get a free live show ticket every month. Whoa. Lovely stuff. If you can't afford to sign up, we know cost of living and all that, load of shite at the minute, but if you just give us a little share, comment on the videos, like the videos, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up, guys.
We really appreciate it. Thanks
just spread the word. Do what you can.
We have the best fans ever.
We love you.
Our fans are so nice.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. But if you can sign up, £3 a month, even if you just sign up for the 1 month, watch everything, fuck off for a few months and come back, that's fine as well. Patreon.com/The Mild High Club, or click on the link in the description somewhere and go check out what's going on over there. There's loads of stuff to watch. There'll be hours of entertainment there for you for just £3.
Who doesn't want to see James slut dropping on a table full of strangers?
Not me. But yeah, go check that out, and we're going to get on with today's episode, which is class. Harriet Dyer, Louise Young.
Buckle up.
Enjoy, everyone.
Put your seat belt on.
Seat belt?
Bolt. Is that what it said? Is that what she said?
Bout.
Bout.
Put your seat belt.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Go on.
On with the show. What's that cool lunchbox looking thing behind
this thing? There's Homer Simpson with some buds in his hand saying, woo! This is a smoker kit from our lovely sponsors over at the Stoners Sub.
It's so thorough. It's everything you need.
The Stoners Sub is a subscription service for stoners like you and us. They get you get stuff sent out every month. That'll be papers, grinders, skins, lighters, anything you need to smoke up. They also do these sets which you can get, and they do all different types. This one's a Homer Simpson one. You get a smoking tray, you get a little box to keep your product in, smell-proof box, metal grinders, a little scale to weigh it so you know your dealer's not fucking having you off. If you can't roll joints by hand, they've got a little joint roller in there and a joint holder. It all comes in a lovely little lunchbox looking thing.
Homer Simpson scales.
This is a Simpsons one, which we will be doing as a giveaway. And they also do like Rick and Morty, SpongeBob, loads of stuff on there. Go check it out. It's the stonerssub.co.uk, all with S's, not with Z's. There'll be a link in our description. If you use the code TMHC10, you get 10% off. They also do a loyalty scheme. So you have 6 purchases, you get a free £5 gift card at the end of that. Go check out the website, see what you can do. It keeps yourself stocked up while you're smoking.
If you smoke regularly, you may as well get the subscription because it just sorts it all for you.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the shop.
Easier.
You don't have to go in, buy skins and that.
Like, kind of, but not. Like, we get Gusto And that's so much easier because this isn't a Gusto advert, but we don't have to go to the shop.
Yeah, it just comes to your
It's
door.
so much easier.
You have all
So do
sorts.
that
You
with
can make your
smokes.
own. You can make your own kits. Put your own kits together. Choose what you want in, what you don't want in. You have loads of hemp blunt wraps and stuff like that. Loads of flavors. They send some grape ones and tropical ones and stuff like that. Make your smoke taste real nice. Go check it out for yourself. Don't
Treat
take our word
yourself.
for it. Go check it out yourself. thestonerssub.co.uk. Or click the link in the description. TMHC10, 10% off your order. Get signed up, get smoking. Back to the show. Love this.
The Mile High Club. The Mile High Club. The Mile High Club. The Mile High Club.
We're back. Episode something. We're here with the hosts of the Make Me Better pod, which is the best theme tune to any podcast about, I reckon.
Make me better. Make me better.
Really? Can you make me better? Please.
Tune.
Sammy
Absolute
Dobson.
banger.
It's Sammy Dobson. Do you know
Yeah.
her?
I don't think so.
She's a Geordie lady. What's
Comedian.
she? Comedian.
Jolly lady.
She wanders the streets of
Lady
Newcastle.
comedian.
Yeah, she's a lady comedian. That's how
I
I
love
like to be
them.
called
Oh,
now. But
That's
yeah,
a tune, that.
Yeah.
So we're here with Harriet Dyer and Louise Young, everybody. How are you? You
Where
good?
do I look? Where do I wave?
You've got this
Oh.
one, or that one over there
my
if you
God.
want.
I'll take a wave.
And we've got Cameron in the corner again.
Yes.
Not a horse yet. Oh, maybe
Might pull that
soon
one out
in
of
the
the bag.
future.
That's why you should stick around
so-
to the end.
You're a fan favourite on this podcast, Harriet. And it's good to have you back. Everyone loves you. How have you been? You been good? Been up
Very
to much?
good.
Your podcast's going well.
It's going all right, I think.
All right.
Could be better.
Make it better. Make it better.
Yeah.
Can you make it better?
Please.
No, it is good.
It's just work,
fun,
isn't it? I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
we just need to put more work in. I think that's
Just once
I
you
think
start
it's
it,
really
the days don't
hard.
stop
I
coming.
think podcasting's so hard. Like,
Yeah.
like if you're doing a Patreon episode, you're recording for 3 hours a week. You've got to try and be funny for 3 hours a week, and it has to be new every week.
Yeah.
'cause otherwise
we
you're
don't
repeating
even-
yourself.
And then
Do
we're
any
going to
of
run
that.
out of stories really eventually because I can feel myself saying things and I'm like, I've definitely
Well, they said this one.
We're
Yeah.
only 10 episodes in.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
when you start getting guests on. See, you start getting guests on soon just to
To
spice
make
it up a bit. Yeah,
that's what we're
yeah.
thinking next.
Mm.
Yeah.
But like, it's how flimsy is the? Because I think when we first started, people were like, "Oh, I can't wait to hear what you like look into." And I was thinking, "Oh, we're not researching this at all. We're just
Yeah.
like have some ginger. How do you feel? Bit
Yeah.
sick." And then they go off on a different tangent. But yeah, when we get like a bit more momentum, I want to do like ice baths and
So is that what it is?
Mad shit.
Is the theme of it just trying to find ways to make yous better?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's why
yeah.
you're doing like ginger shots and you want to do ice
Yeah.
baths and shit like that.
So I
Okay.
just find weird stuff on Amazon, really, because
Right.
we forget. And
I've
then
seen your lobster claws.
There's some
but
fun.
that's not to make me better.
Maybe better.
when you laugh on a podcast, are you supposed to go like so it doesn't laugh into the thing?
Oh no, laughing.
No,
That's
laughing
just what
to
I do.
Oh, is
I
it?
just say it in my head. Like,
Be careful, because you've been
yeah. Oh, I do it all the
That's a
time.
reliant
Mash it up
fat
and
head.
yeah.
He's like, oh, no, just Spencer. You big fat
Yeah, I laugh-
Fat lion.
I laugh like a Pez dispenser, yeah.
So funny. I often think that about my head. When I look at my face and smile, I think if they made a Muppet, Jim Henson made a Muppet of my face, it would just look like my face.
Well, you say you've got Muppet features.
I've got Muppet features like a Pac-Man.
I like that insult. Shut
Yeah.
up, Muppet
Muppet
features.
features.
Yeah.
Giving people insults to give us now.
Ah, like it.
So, what's some things that you found that make you better?
Well, do you know what? In fact, this
You
is
guys
like
are like scientists.
I
pretty
think
much
so.
has been said. Do it,
Yeah.
I'll
but
have to-
the next one we're
Dr.
gonna.
Dyer.
Pardon?
Dr. Dyer.
Doctor. Oh, I might get a coat like a trench. No, what's it called?
no, white
Doctor's
coat.
coat.
Lab
White
coat.
Lobster.
White
Trench
lab
coat. I'll be a
Yeah,
mad
like
doctor,
Dr.
that.
Zoidberg. Oh no, he's a squid. My partner, well, this is awful, but he says that his ex has a vagina like Dr. Zoidberg.
Harriet. You can't say that.
German.
Why not?
It's body shaming her.
I'll trim that bit off.
She needs a bit trimmed out.
Oh my
No,
god.
don't you should. Oh.
Oh, it's like a car wash. Do you know what?
Like a cow. Fucking hell. So, what have you tried that you think's
The
ginger? You wanted the ginger shot, but I
like
couldn't get it, so
ginger.
we've
I
had to
like
go for
ginger
teas and
shots, eh?
coffees in it. Like,
Yeah.
The one that I think is the most, we want to do mushrooms. That's the next one to microdose.
Do it with us.
Yeah, I've got something to tell you about mushrooms.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, this is going to be the more, because I jump from topic to topic and you jump from topic
That's fine.
to
We'll
topic.
keep on top.
Is that
Cameron
all
can
right?
write stuff down if we need to.
Okay, so
He's got 2 laptops.
That's what it's
in
for.
my life, look, well, I'm a bit like Harriet, have loved the drugs too much, up as, down as,
Yeah.
but never psychedelics, ever.
Oh, yeah.
So my girlfriend's brother gave us some mushrooms dried, like last year or something. And so last Saturday we're like, let's clear the day and let's take them. We're so excited.
Yeah.
And then we bloody took them and nothing even happened. They'd lost all potency.
Too old. Old
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Regular
Yeah.
mushrooms.
But I just thought if they were dried, they would keep their potency. But
No, I think just
After
over
a
time
year,
they just
they do.
weaken.
Do
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
We've still got a few left. We made into pills.
yeah.
And like
They're not.
they're not as strong when you have
But
them.
Excited.
we've just ordered some
It's
chocolate
cooking season.
dinosaurs,
Cooking season.
which got mushrooms in them.
But also in mushroom season, like September, October, go picking, and then when we've got a load, we come do a big session, little
Yeah.
autumn session.
Yeah.
That sounds good, but
The
Yeah.
autumnal
Yeah.
sessions.
Yes, the autumnal sessions.
But I do worry because I haven't done any drugs since the awful days.
Safe space
Yeah.
though with us.
Yeah.
That's
Safe
what I'm
space.
doing. Trauma
Just a few
healing.
little 2 grams, a museum dose, so
Yeah,
they call
That's
it.
what we
And I don't
did.
want to go outside.
We didn't
No,
even
we're
Don't let me
staying
go
here. We
outside.
put lights on and we look at the roof and that.
Yeah.
And what,
It's meant to be nice outside.
You keep
but,
stabbing
like,
your hand.
Sorry, no, I just
I
was
think
getting
because
that
I told you, didn't I,
Ice cream
about
wrist open.
one.
Suicide by plant.
about when I think did I say it about when I did mushrooms and then I dreamt? Did I tell you about this? When I dreamt something awful had happened, and then when I took the mushrooms and went outside, the
You thought you could see
dream
it
started
happening?
to come true, and then
Yeah.
I jumped into a bush and the bush had purple tentacles, but not in a nice way.
Which looks exactly like the bush next to it. So what can we expect? So, because I've done them once
So,
in Amsterdam, but I was
If you just done like a low dose, say if you done like 2 grams,
yeah,
you're gonna get like stuff will be waving.
yeah.
You get like wavy visuals, and you start going, whoa, and you can just zone out on stuff loads. Like sometimes I'd sit there and just look at like the wood grain,
yeah.
and it'd all start waving and that, and you just zone out of absolutely everything apart from that, and you feel like you've been staring at it for like 2 hours, and then you go, oh my god, it's been 2 minutes. You're like, whoa, that was mad.
Yeah,
Like all
yeah.
colours are
Time
way
moves
more
different.
vibrant and nice, and you're just dead happy and giggly and that. And then if you
it's
shut
really
your
nice.
eyes, you can really like. I was like visualizing. When I first done them in Amsterdam, I was lying in bed in Amsterdam thinking of places back home, and it was like I was just stood in the room, and I'd open my eyes and be like, "Whoa, I'm here." It was weird. So you can go off like Callum when he done them. He said he spoke
that
to his. he said he spoke to his
Fake
kids,
Callum in the corner.
but he hasn't got kids.
Oh my god!
It's
his
future
from the
kids.
So it was
future.
like fucking in his head. What?
And he
It's
hated
future
it.
kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And he
He's
was like, "You're
so
fucking boring." But yeah, so you go on little. You can go sit, shut your eyes, listen to some singing bowls, go off on a nice journey. You might uncover some trauma. You had a little bit of that, didn't you?
My self-esteem, it was like dried up poo nuggets. I was like, well, we got to sort that out, girl.
Wow.
See what I mean? Like, so it's just all
And
that.
you know what it is as well, even though there's nothing to say. That's your self-esteem.
As long as you just don't go over the
know.
top with them.
I am
Yeah.
shit.
yeah.
I just don't think you can have
Yeah.
like a bad trip
And
off of
then-
like 2 grams
Okay.
because it's
Yeah.
never you're in complete control. Like you
just-
go off somewhere and you open your eyes and go, oh, okay, I'm still
That's
here.
why it's
It's
called
all right.
museum. Because
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
observe.
Because you'd walk around the place going,
Yeah.
wow. If you went into a museum on them, you'd be like, this is the best. Like
Yeah.
Dan done it in fucking Amsterdam, didn't he? And he was just
The Van
going
Gogh
around for
Museum,
ages in the
yeah.
Van Gogh Museum and shit like that. So,
Yeah.
so if you do 2 grams and that, it would just have a boss
See,
time,
that's
giggling
what
and
I've never done because I
Yeah.
would always go, well, this isn't working.
too
And then
many.
fucking-
yeah.
But we did
Yeah.
in Paul Smith's kitchen allegedly, and the
The designer, not the comedian.
Yeah, in LA. And me and Dane was sat
All
on
had
chairs.
monkey t-shirts on.
yeah. We were sat on chairs like we are now, and
Yeah.
It's like it's happening.
and we just shut our eyes, and we both like went off. Like, so I felt like I was like flying through sand dunes and that. It was mad.
Wow.
And then when we opened our eyes, Paul was looking at us allegedly.
Sat cross-legged on the
And
floor, like
he was like, I've just seen your souls dancing together.
above our heads.
That makes us want to cry.
Oh, I've got goosebumps.
Cameron.
Our souls are doing a podcast together.
I'm too exhausted for that. That nearly made me cry my eyes out. Although I dancing.
Yeah.
That is
And we were like, oh, that's mad, isn't it?
It's
And I
the
was-
opposite of the couple dying in the Titanic where they're sinking down.
Yeah.
That's the opposite.
Yeah.
Live forever
Yeah.
together. But yeah,
Podcasting in
That's
the sky.
interesting.
it's
I'm-
great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And because we do a lot of meditation together, me and my lass, and we do
Oh,
like
if you meditate on mushrooms, you'll have a fucking
Yeah.
boss time.
Oh, it's
mate.
amazing.
yeah, and all of that, and we do like Wim Hof breathing, so like you do like the breathing where you do like circular
Yeah.
breathing and hold your breath, and then that's like gives you a little high and stuff, and we do all of that. And when it didn't work, we were so disappointed, and we were like, oh, that means we definitely want to.
Yeah, because you were
Explore.
waiting for it and it didn't come, so
Yeah.
you and you were like gutted that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might be like, oh, I'm kind of glad they didn't kick in because I had a bit of anxiety about it or whatever. You just
Yeah.
go in, you can't have, even if it starts feeling a bit overwhelming or whatever, you've got to ride it out. You can't try and fight it because that's when your bad trip will happen.
Yeah.
If you start going somewhere, just fucking go with it because you're going to be all right. No one's ever died off mushrooms. You might feel like they're dying, but then about 2 hours later, you come back and go, oh my God, that was fucking chaos, that.
Yeah.
No one's ever
Um,
died from them, do you get what I
Wild
mean?
water
So,
swimming.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's good,
Yeah.
isn't it? Did you do wild water swimming?
No, I watch my partner do it.
Oh.
sounds like me.
The corner.
In the corner,
That's me, that.
fiddling with myself.
Wow, we did it in the. We went with Joe, who's
You've
dead
watched
now.
me from
but
afar.
yes, but we did it
I'm
with.
noticing a pattern.
Just Harriet pops up from behind a rock pool.
Throw a bush on her head.
Because yeah, Lily. Feathers McGraw. I really want to get a Feathers McGraw tattoo. So we went with this couple, and then it was, I think it was winter time, and then my partner was he had a dressing gown, and then afterwards, so I was putting the dressing gown round him while he got changed out of his swimming trip, but then he must
Yeah.
have stood on the dressing gown bout that was in the mud, and then I don't know what happened, but the friends we were with saw his willy, and then the dressing gown the dressing gown bout. The dressing gown bout is
Belt?
bout. My vowels. I've got terrible vowel problems. So I do.
IBS.
Irritable bowel syndrome, yeah.
The bout.
Belt.
The belt. I yanked
The belt.
I yanked it, and then it slapped him in the face, and all this mud down him, and it was
With his cock out as well. Oh, so embarrassing, that getting slapped with a muddy belt.
because as well in the because when it's cold water as well, it's not a
Oh,
willy
no,
on
it goes-
Showtime, is it?
Goes nearly inside.
No.
It's like when you go to poke a snail's eye. Shoots back in.
I follow the on Twitter the microscope things under the microscope, and
Class
the
page,
snails when snails are under the microscope, their eyes, and it's just beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
You often like
Callum.
Oh.
Callum.
Find me at Callum Oakley on Instagram. What am I searching? Snails.
Snail's eyes under a microscope.
I actually already had
Sounds
it
like
here.
that sounds like your hour. That name of your hour.
it does.
Yeah.
Snail's eyes under the
one.
microscope.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful because they look like
Yeah.
they're smiling.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
I would just go to my Twitter because I retweeted it yesterday.
Oh, it's a video one.
yeah, but
That
it
you're
looks
looking
like a
for.
GIF. It's a tiny one, and just a.
Often I like really like sweet pictures on Instagram of sweet animals, and every
Yeah.
time I go to like it, she's already liked it. Like you like all the kind of like sweet
Yeah.
pictures, like a puppy or.
She's
That's
on
how-
it. Peeping Tom over there. She's on it.
That's how you survive the internet, though.
Yeah.
It is.
Doing
the-
nice
the
things.
cat pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, when we were going to do the mushrooms, me and Heather, we've got 4 cats, and we didn't know how strong they were going to be. And she was like, Are we going to go mental and kill the cats? That's not going to happen. It'll be fine.
Do you live round here?
Yeah, I've moved,
Cameron
yeah.
said you live round here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Falaraki.
Falaraki for Zachary.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Oh, so you're even closer, so we can probably get involved with the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Only up the road. Is
What,
right.
what made you guys do a podcast together? Like,
We've been friends for ages now, haven't we?
Yeah, and we're similarly mental.
Yeah, we are mental.
Yeah.
We are so mental.
But I don't think
It's
it's
just depressing, really.
but
But
we really and we're good at we're good at talking each other down and
Yeah.
when we are mental. And then you wanted to do a podcast.
yeah, and then I thought, do you know what?
Well, you thought of it all actually.
Yeah, just came to us one day, and I thought in a dream.
Harriet was watching.
I just know because I always think my life is so consumed with how to not feel shit every day. Like, what should I do? What should I like? Should I meditate? Should I do this? And I thought that is such a theme these days, isn't it? Of like how to like wellness and like self-improvement and just
mental health in general.
Because we live in a society that's so geared around keeping you insane and unhappy and unfulfilled. So everyone's now getting on to the fact you have to kind of try stuff and actively make yourself, you know, think outside of like the box and stuff to make yourself happier. So we thought we'd do a thing every week, but then it's like it's a lot of weeks and a lot of things, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, it never stops.
You don't have to like. I mean, you can just turn into just a normal podcast where you just chat about mental health, though. And
Use are the mental.
Like you don't need to have a new thing every week, really.
What's the best thing you've tried, Louise? Like just in life that's made you better.
Jiu-jitsu, I bet you.
Yeah,
Jiu-jitsu's a good one.
Doing martial arts. It's cold water.
Is it?
Yeah. Cold water is just wicked, absolutely wicked cold. I love it so much.
Have you done float tanks?
No, never. I'm frightened of them.
Why?
I feel like I might.
No,
I don't want to be on my own in the silence.
Dead sound.
In water.
No, it's weird. You know, you don't feel like you're in water though, because it's body temperature and you're floating in it. It's made to make you feel like you're floating in space.
You feel like you're on a solid object that's been carved
perfectly
to your body.
molded to you.
Because yeah, it's weird.
That
it's
was
really
like
weird.
because I used to go to this Buddhist temple in Hebron back in Newcastle, and I don't know why it's there.
It just sounds like you're off on some big gap year or something. There you go. I used to go to this Buddhist temple in Newcastle.
In Gateshead. Yeah, I know it's so ill placed, but well placed really because it's such an area of like that probably needs to meditate a bit.
Yeah,
right. But yeah, so I went and the monk was like, when you get good at meditation, you'll just not know what way's up, what way's down. You'll feel like you're flying through space and tumbling as you meditate and stuff.
Right.
And that sounds a bit like what that sounds.
Have you ever
like.
done Kundalini yoga?
No, but I'd love to.
So that's like the yoga with the breathing.
With the circular breathing and stuff.
So that like people have said that if you do that properly, it's kind of like hyperventilating now, but it can like give you similar things to like a DMT trip.
Yes. Yeah.
Through yoga and breath work.
Yeah.
So
that is.
Are
we just all just trying to get high but dressing up? As
we're just all addicts. We're all addicts trying to get high in a different way.
Which is one of our questions. What's your addiction? But while you think about what your addiction is, can I see this?
I just took some pictures. I just found some pictures.
Oh. Okay.
I just took some pictures.
Just went and found some
busy camera.
Is that what it looks like?
This is not up to my standards. Let me have a...
I typed in Harriet Dyer Twitter and it came up with a different Harriet Dyer. I couldn't find you.
There's another one.
It's my arch nemesis, but she's doing brilliantly.
She seems to be doing... She's got lovely headshots.
She's got a really good sitcom out that everyone thinks
Fuck
is
off.
me. Yeah.
Really?
Pulling from accounts. Have you heard it? It's massive.
Oh, very
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll have to have her killed.
There's an Amy Lee Owens, and she's like a singer.
We'll have to have her killed.
We'll have to have her killed.
I know,
Yeah, kill them all.
On a rampage. We'll make a Patreon special.
I'm going to murder every Callum and my name's not Callum.
A Killing Spree Patreon special. Is there there's a Louise Young Louise Young makeup brushes. And I've had my eye on her since I've been about 18 and now. I wonder if you type in Louise Young, is it brushes on me?
This is what we used to do in school. Google it ourselves.
Is it me or
It's you.
Yes!
You made it.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck
you,
that
Louise
bitch.
Young
Yeah, it's right.
We won't kill her.
I can't find the internet on my phone.
It says people also ask, who is the comedian from Newcastle? And then you click on it and it says Sarah Kent.
Ross Noble.
Sarah Milligan.
So go on. What are your addictions, you think, at the minute? What are you going through? Yeah. Because addictions come and go for a lot of people, innit? Like sometimes
we find new things to replace our old addictions.
Mine was tiramisu at one point. And that moved on to something else. And now what is it now? What have we been eating loads of?
I think it's
lately?
still tiramisu.
Chicken. That's so much chicken the other day. It was stupid.
How
Sorry.
can you be addicted to chicken?
You can forget that you've eaten chicken whilst also remember you've ate a whole chicken.
Whole chicken.
You know what?
I got one of them roast chickens from Morrison's, but while I was waiting for that, I also ordered chicken bites.
Oh,
You're like my
Ate the
RE
chicken
teacher
bites.
from school who was out of control with roast chicken.
Yeah.
He did a similar thing.
Ate the chicken bites. Went home, made chicken butties and that. Had chicken butties from the roast chicken. After me gig, I got in and was like, oh, I'm starving. I'm going to eat the rest of that chicken. And then I went, fucking hell, I had a whole chicken today. And then Amy
And I
went,
made katsu curry chicken.
and then Amy went, oh, I made them chicken poppers. I was like, it's like a chicken holocaust. I've fucking done some eating today.
Are you bodybuilding or something?
Yeah,
Do
you've
you
gotta
have
be
all
lifting
that?
weights.
You should
No,
do
when I
that.
go to the gym, I get proper hungry. I can if I have a normal day where I don't go to the gym, I could have one meal and make it through the day. But if I go to the gym in the morning, I have an
Ravenous.
unfillable void of
Yeah.
food. I don't know what
chicken's
it
running
is.
everywhere. Away from
Yeah,
you.
I just don't stop all day.
Wow.
It's mad.
Because you've used them calories, haven't you? So your
Yeah,
body's
yeah.
like, oh my god, chicken.
You couldn't come
Loved
round
it.
my house. I got chickens. I got chickens out the back. You'd be just ragging them
You'd
off
be like a
the.
fox in the hen house.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill them. If
What's
they're
your
dead, I'll eat them.
No, they're not. They're someone. Well, that's a bloody tale. We've moved into a new house, and then as we were moving in and signing, because we did it private, and then as we were moving in, they started taking things away from us. So we had a garden, then suddenly we weren't allowed the garden. Yeah,
So
and
where's
then
the garden go?
yeah, pardon.
Where does it go?
Well, it's still there, but
You
they just
can't
won't
go
let
in
us
it.
use it. And then they tried to tell us that we could have a couple of, because my partner wanted. I said to her, my partner just wants a couple of tomato plants. Yeah. And then she said, oh, okay, you can have half the garden. And then she came up to me when I was at my most vulnerable because I had my hands full of bin. And then she
When
goes,
that happens.
yeah.
Not the bin thing, but
But
when
it's
someone gets you
embarrassing as well
vulnerable.
because
Yeah.
your bin's it's your food bin and it's all overflowing and I'm like, oh, you're looking at my chippy chips, spill it out. And then she was like, oh well, I've been thinking and I'm gonna have. Well, she basically took back so she gave her half, then took it back, and then said a quarter, but then she's taken that back. She's absolutely power
What's she
hungry.
doing?
She's just absolutely willy-nilly with the shrubs. And then, so that's why we haven't got the chickens. And then we had 2 parking spaces as well. Then and then they go, because the landlord lives next door.
Oh, right. Now you didn't explain that. I thought your neighbour
But
was
that's
just
still not an
invading.
answer.
No.
There's no reason why that should happen.
No, there's not. You should say that was in the agreement.
And then he
Snide him.
goes, that's Mark's space. And we were like, who the fuck is Mark? We never even knew Mark was until 4 months in, and then a Kia Sportage started appearing.
Sportage.
What is it?
I hate that word. Do you know some words that give me the ick?
Yeah.
When I see the word sportage, I'm like,
Sportage.
ooh.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
ordering a pan au chocolat.
Does that
That's
make
one
you
in it. Yeah.
sausage?
Weird.
You go, can I get one of them pan au chocolats? And they go, what? Yeah, one of them. Don't like it. I hate saying
I
it.
don't want to say it. So you don't have any addictions, or did we?
I still haven't answered one of the last questions, which was about. Do you know what really helped lately? Is we did on the podcast. We did gratitude,
Oh, okay.
and it sounds so simple, but I feel like
You've been
it's
doing
really,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been not so much like sitting down every morning and thinking of stuff, but I'll just be like on the way to gigs and then go. I don't know what it is.
Yes.
I'm just like, God, I'm so lucky. And then today, I think you said, oh, how are you? And I was like, and I thought, wow, I can't remember the last time I thought I'm genuinely very good and I'm very grateful and I'm having a lovely time.
Yeah.
And I never
Yeah.
thought, and I never get that ever.
Well,
I always
also
find something to whinge about.
We all do though, don't we? You have to just
Yeah.
kind of like sometimes I just go, oh my god, I'm in a bed and I've got a roof over my head.
Mm.
Once I had a dream that my legs
You get
got cut off.
complacent, don't you, and forget all
Yeah.
the good stuff that you've actually
Yeah.
got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think sometimes for me, I definitely get thoughts creeping all the time, just like telling you like, oh, you shit and all that, and you have to actively, what's the word, like combat
Counter.
that with
Yeah.
gratitude
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Because I think for a lot of people that is your default. So
It
you
is.
Yeah, so you actively have to like
Yeah.
battle it. Yeah, it's a battle, guys.
Yeah, it is a battle.
It's about.
It's a war zone out there.
You just said you had no legs.
I had a dream that my legs got cut off, and then when I woke up, I was like, "Fuck!" and I was like jumping around my room, like, "Oh my god!"
What
Thank
does
God
that
you had your
mean?
legs done.
Callum, Google.
Oh, I am fuming. It is the eyes of the snail. Whilst I Google why did Louise
That's
have
it.
no
How
legs,
did you find it?
I found you.
That's very good.
That scares me. That.
It's mad, that, innit?
It's beautiful. And it's got the same eyes as me.
Yeah.
Imagine if that is, you're all like, she doesn't know that is her face.
Yeah, that's what she looks like.
You don't need to take mushrooms, Harry, because you're already
I
there.
could imagine your eyes coming out a little bit like that and then going back in.
What animal would you be?
That's one of the Patreon questions.
Oh,
Should I read it?
Yeah,
Go
go
on,
on.
yeah.
I'm doing everything over
And
here.
then what do
I need like another arm to just keep that on as well while I do
Like a
this.
mother hen. I'm going to do everything around here. Don't get a pick of help around this house.
don't even know my name.
I'm not appreciated on this podcast.
Go on.
Okay, so this question, let me just roll to it. This is from Joe Nohalty.
Novelty.
Nohalty. I'm sorry, Joe.
We do this every
I've
time.
been called Callum this whole time, so get over it. No, I'm joking. This is a lovely question, and it starts with Harriet. Harriet has got to be my favourite guest ever. Don't know what it is, but she also reminds me of Dory.
Oh!
Generous.
I used to. That's weird because people think they're funny when I'm in a picture at a gig. People think they're funny, going, "Oh, I didn't know Helen DeGeneres was in Mornington," and stuff like that. Yeah, but
What did they say?
They say say if there's a photo of me in Warrington.
I've never once thought you're like Ellen DeGeneres. I just said it because of the Dory thing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's mental that people always used to call me Dory when Finding Nemo come out, but it's now in later years people are saying Helen DeGeneres. So I've evolved. I've lived the cartoon.
Like a Pokemon. Like an Ellen DeGeneres
Yeah.
Pokemon.
I've become the.
Helen. Did you just say Helen?
Did I? Probably.
Helen DeGeneres.
But this is but you know, I used to when I started when I started comedy, I started with, do you know, Darren Harriet?
Yeah.
And he used to do this thing called, what was it called? And he'd go, order, and he'd say, if you did anything hack on set, then you, when we'd be car sharing home afterwards, you'd have to say to the judge, like, to warrant what you've done in
Right,
hack court.
Yeah.
And I used to do this
They're
thing.
good podcaster.
That's great. I need that.
Good podcaster.
I need to get rid of some
But he-
demons on my shoulders.
But he did it meanly. I hated it at the time. It made me sad. So then, and he used to say that this thing I used to do was hack, but who else has done it? But what it was, you know, when people, they have the 20-minute set, they've got their 15, they don't know what the fuck to do for the extra 5, so they just wang in some fucking nonsense. So then I did the game where I would speak in Whale and someone would sing in Whale and they'd have to guess the song.
Right, okay.
Can we do that?
But it would be in hack court, and it all came about because I used to live next door to a guy called Carl Whale. And then that's what I used to say in my set, that I'd go, hello, and he'd be like, what you doing on my lawn? Which is also hack. But he was
What? No one's
Because
ever
people
done
go,
these.
So much
get off
hack.
my lawn.
Yeah,
All
that
these
yeah.
weird
Yeah, I'll get off
Get
the
on.
lawn.
There's like,
Get off
how'd
the
you get
bus.
in here and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Get off
oh,
the
mum,
bus.
Yeah.
that's another hack one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, your
That's
shit.
what I ruined my
Yeah,
sister's birthday.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, not inviting you to me gigs again, mum. Like, there's another one, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Thanks,
always
Dad.
defer to that one sometimes.
Ah, you hack.
Yeah. I'm a hack bastard.
Yeah.
Well, it's declared. Well, it said anyway, speaking of Dory,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, we were just in the compliment phase of the question.
question for both.
Oh.
Choose an animal to be for 48 hours. You have to embrace all the characteristics of the animal. E.g., if you're a pigeon, you're shitting when you fly, eating old sausage rolls, which sounds nice to me, etc. And then there's so many things on here. Then it says any plans for the live show guest host, ? I don't know if that's
Oh, get these two on our
Yeah.
live show.
potentially.
Yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
But
do
animals.
The live talent show you done.
Yeah.
Both of you come do that. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
That would be good.
On
I've got no
mushrooms.
mates in Liverpool, so I need to make friends.
Hey, we're here all the time.
Come on,
I run a gig every Tuesday in Liverpool. Come down to
You've
that.
got Callum over here.
Yeah, you know Callum, right?
So, yeah, what animal for 48 hours and you have to embrace all the characteristics?
Lion.
I personally would be a horse.
Oh, that was such a seamless
he
segue.
carries that everywhere with him.
Oh, wow. Voice action. Harriet looked so delighted there.
It's because he didn't even move a bit of his lips.
Yeah,
No,
well,
it's
there you
just
go.
horses don't, do they? Well,
Doesn't a horse move the lips?
Yeah, but
they do
Cameron's
actually.
not a real
yeah, when they go
horse.
like that,
Yeah.
but when they do the neigh, they don't.
I've distracted you. Animals.
I would be a lion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Just savage.
Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go
That's
around
it, we
skirting people.
Yeah.
Can you do a lion impression?
Not really.
I think you can.
Yeah. Well, yes.
That was a
Ra.
CD like
Meow.
I've just had a memory now. When I was younger, I used to fancy Simba off the Lion King.
I fancied Corvu from
Who's that?
from Lion King 2. Corvu.
I haven't seen
I've never
Lion
seen Lion
Pull him
King
up,
2.
Callum.
Kovu.
Corvu, yeah. You'll know what I mean. When
And
you
now
see
I'm
him.
thinking of it. That's quite an unhealthy development. That kids are going around fancying.
Lions.
That's why there's fairies now.
Oh dear. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is
Yeah.
what?
Fairies.
Because that everyone's going
Furries.
fancying Simba.
Kovu's pretty cute.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's got a nice
That
quiff
name.
on him, hasn't he?
yeah.
But they've really just
No.
they've just zhuzhed up Scar.
Scar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I know the moment when I fell in love with Simba, it's when he goes through puberty on that log.
Oh,
well, at least
yeah.
Oh, at least you only
you like-
fancied him when
yeah.
he was a teenager. At least
I
it wasn't
did say
weird.
no.
So you'd be a lion. What are you going for?
Stick insect.
Yeah.
Un insecto palo.
Why?
That's Spanish.
That's Spanish for stick insect,
That's
apparently.
all I know. I've been waiting for this moment.
For someone to say
Duolingo, is that they've been teaching you odd things?
Yeah, Amy would be an owl that can speak all languages, wouldn't you?
Oh.
I don't
Duolingo.
know. Duolingo. I don't.
Doesn't matter. So you'd be a stick insect, yeah?
They're very chaotic. We had
they're not.
I lived with them. I did. So my partner worked
When
in
you're
this,
in the bush.
in the bush.
Yeah, yeah.
One in the bush, two in the.
Not this again.
Two in the stick. No.
Yeah, one in the stick, two in the bush.
So you lived with someone who owns stick insects, or you own them yourself?
Well, so my partner lived in this it was not a commune. It's like where
Commune?
so loads of it's where loads of special needs people lived in this like little this little place where they had doctors, a farm.
Wigan. I was going to say St Helens, and I was like, no. That was hack court, that.
Yeah, guilty. And then I didn't fit it, but anyway. And then I don't even know where, but somewhere in the little village said we've got a lot of stick insects. Do you want? I don't know what the farm. There was a farm there. Maybe would they have stick insects?
I don't
But
think
Are
so.
they
I
native
didn't even
to
know
the
they were in
UK?
England.
I thought they were foreign.
Allow me to check.
Well, this is it. So then he goes, but instead of thinking, so they had all these stick insects. Do you know they grow faster than the speed of light, and they shed their stick? So then we had them. Well, not faster. A lot faster than you'd believe.
Fucking hell. The heads had come off. Like, there's no way it could grow faster than the speed of light. Jesus Christ.
Create like a sonic boom.
So then he, instead of thinking, oh, I need to get a bigger house for them from the pet shop, he went to in the place he worked, he went to the old-fashioned sweet shop and then said to this man, can I
Have the jars.
yeah, and then the man
right.
said, no, you can buy. And then he's bought 180 lollipops.
So we told them
To get-
before the stick insects could have a
Yeah.
house.
And then the
Fucking
kids got confused and then fed the lollies put the lollies in. So then the poor bloody stick insect was stuck.
Really was.
They were
Stuck insect.
stuck insects on the bloody lollipop. So then I had to, it's all right, because I tried to, I thought, because I Googled, how do you remove stick insects from, there's no
From a
answer.
lollipop.
Yeah, there's no answer. Google did not know. So in the end I thought,
I bet
well,
olive oil.
I got a
Yeah.
cotton bud, and then, what did I get?
And turned it into a sheep. Sticky, woolly stick.
No, and then I prized their little legs off the lollipop, and then it was fine. But then I don't know what happened, but someone threw away a lot of eggs, and then there was just I opened the bin and it was like it was like biblical. All these fucking stick insects everywhere.
Yeah.
It
It
was
was reproduced in the bin.
everywhere though. In the bin.
Oh,
in
stick insect eggs. I
Yeah.
meant regular eggs.
no, well, chance
I
to be a
did. I did.
chance to be a fine thing at the minute. It's an absolute egg drought.
Is it?
Yes.
Eggs in my fridge.
An egg drought.
Every single shop I go to, you cannot get eggs for love nor money.
Dean keeps eating
Every
chickens.
shop I go to, you can get eggs for money.
It's that bad that the kids were gonna nip into the garden that isn't ours and
chickens.
steal the eggs. Yeah,
Where
because
do you live?
in Glossop.
There's loads of eggs in my
Okay.
house. And there's
Do
never
you want to
been
go
a
big
problem.
Tesco there and get some eggs? Take home.
But in Glossop it says even if there is the eggs, you can only have two
No, that's just
two
Glossop.
boxes at a time.
Oh, there's a bird flu, isn't there? That's what it is. Yeah, they've locked the chickens away.
But there's just none in the and do you know what? Something is very fishy with the eggs as well. This will put you off eggs for life.
I don't eat meat anymore, so eggs is like something that I get protein from.
Well, I'm just here to provide the truth, Louise.
If you can't handle the truth.
What's it gonna be?
I think I've told you before. So I lifted up a box of eggs to check my eggs, and the whole top half of the egg was completely dyed blood.
Ooh.
That's fine.
What?
Yeah, they're coming out of something's body, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's inside the egg, not outside the egg.
The egg is
The egg is
period.
blood.
The egg shouldn't have blood on.
No,
In.
no, but the egg.
Yeah,
is
yeah, but
a
you said it
period.
had blood on.
In. Out.
Shake it all about.
Soaking through egg.
I've got some. I've
So
got
the
some
chickens,
stick
the
insect info.
chicken's hole was bleeding, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was on the shell.
No,
No,
but
it's
yes,
in.
it was on the shell, but it's come through
Are
from
you
the
sure?
inside.
Perhaps it's a porous shell. We need to all accept that.
My
It's
head's
probably
fell off
porous.
here.
It's probably gonna. If something's on the shell, it probably might seep through. It might not be like a hard.
Oh, so translucent.
Yeah.
Which that brings me to what I'm addicted to.
Bloody eggs.
Full circle.
These things. My partner, he went to the Chinese supermarket, and that they call par cows, those little translucent dumplings that have that have king prawns in them. They are absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, he got 16, and I didn't know they were for all of us, and I've eaten them all. They're delicious.
What are they called?
Par cows or
Park house.
Parcows.
Got a few of them where we live.
Cows.
Prawn dumpling.
Prawn
Jiao
dumpling
cow?
thing. While I'm doing that, there are no stick insects native to the UK. However, 3 species have
in
become
Glossop
successfully
there is.
established
But because
in
of this
Cornwall.
No, this is from out in the
Fuck
edge
off.
in Cheshire.
Oh, okay.
What they followed
Maybe they
me.
stuck on your back. Yeah.
Travel.
No wonder you've had such a time with them. They're your native ancestor.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I
Humble stick
see.
insect.
You started an epidemic.
I remember them. Yeah,
That's
all those
mad.
eggs probably. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Oh,
seen them.
I'm flicking this.
No.
My brain on.
There's many things
It's
going
exactly those.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, how do you pronounce it? I want some.
Just think that there might be a biscuit or cereal bar in the vicinity.
Why, are
What?
you starving?
Ayo.
Yeah, just because my belly rumbles so loud and I feel it'll get picked up with a microphone.
Oh, no, I didn't hear it on the microphone.
Oh, it's fine then. Just let
I
it
don't
rumble.
think we've got anything. Do
Biscuit.
Vitamins.
No, what's that?
you want to go see if there's any crisp or anything?
Vitamin.
Yeah, well, I think there might be a.
Is that alright? Am I being a diva?
No, go ahead. It's all right.
Is that my blood sugar?
Any Coke or anything as well? Grab some of them. Yeah, something.
Are we on a break? Are we in?
No, it's just me.
We're
I'm
still
got
in.
my blood
We're
sugar's
still in.
going
Oh,
We're
I've got
still
info
going.
about the dreams and having no legs.
yeah.
If you're interested.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dreaming about having no legs indicates your conscientiousness and your point of view. You are refusing to see the truth, even though it's unavoidable.
Gosh,
Ooh.
it's always something like that with me.
That would have been better if you had your horse head on.
Oh, I should do it again. Sure, I would have to do that again.
So you're running away from the truth, but the truth's
I
gonna.
think
But this
the
was from
truth-
a long. This dream was from a long time ago, so perhaps that truth I've now faced.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I think it's the truth of the eggs.
that
could
the eggs
be.
are in a drought. I don't
Maybe.
think they are, Harry. I think it's just a Glossop thing.
Yeah, because we literally bought eggs yesterday from Tesco. There was loads.
Yeah, Tesco is up in Glossop is just completely
Really? Yeah.
ransackled.
The B&M bargains open up on Sunday in Pizzaglia outside
Oh,
the
yeah.
house.
Class.
Yeah, no, it was a co-op, and the co-op.
Oh my god, what is it? We lost a co-op to B&M.
Did you?
Yeah.
It must be taken over.
Co-op sound, but it's too expensive. For
Too
what they have.
expensive.
They have
Three
all the
pounds empty
same
for
stuff.
cheese.
No.
But it's-
B&M's are going to
cheese.
have like fresh vegetables and stuff, isn't it? What a
Oh.
co-op would have.
No, they've got fridges and that now. The B&Ms.
Yeah, you can have.
That's not the B&M.
No,
You
it's
can
good.
have tomatoes. You can have
Can you?
oranges. There's a few fresh things.
Yeah.
Don't get a sandwich. The sandwiches.
We can have a little break and go to the shop if you really want to go.
Oh no, just have a break when you'd actually have a break.
Well, we could have just had a break now, innit? We'll have a break now.
Oh no, I feel like
We'll
I'm
be back in a
being
minute.
disrupted.
Oh, it's fine. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Lion's Mane, winner of the Best Supplement Award. So, we're sponsored by Feel Supreme. If it's the first time listening to this, Feel Supreme are a Liverpool-based company. They specialise in all sorts of tinctures and CBDs, mushroom blends, tablets. You can get 5-HTP, which is like a natural antidepressant.
What's that? You want a demo?
Is Amy's live demo of the Nano Spray CBG mist. Every
Get it on
time
your
she
face
misses. Every time. One of the things they do is Lion's Mane, which is a mushroom, but they've made it into a tincture, so you can put it in your coffee and stuff in the morning. It's good for memory, focus, and digestion. It's very good. We've been using them a lot. I think it's
Use
helped.
them every day, genuinely.
It's helped my brain on stage, and I feel a lot sharper. I've been taking the Tongue Alley and the whatever it's called.
Bigger balls.
This is like a natural testosterone booster.
Doja.
Feel like I've been having more energy in the gym, stuff like that.
You
They
do feel
do
better.
all sorts. They're made to make you feel supreme.
Every
and
time
they
I
do.
say it, I sound disingenuous, but I do mean it. These are what I have.
They have things that
5-HTP.
help regrow dying cells and stuff like that.
Contributes
What was
to
that called?
better mood and sleep.
Uh,
It elongates the arms of your cells.
Nicotinamide riboside.
Riboside.
So, it's like an anti-aging thing. They've got all sorts over there. Go check it out yourself over on the website, feelsupreme.co.uk.
Know what they're
They're a
doing.
local business. You can help support them, and you can support us by using the code TMHC15. You get 15% off your order. Go have a look what's on there. There's loads of stuff. You can get proteins, probiotics, general vitamins and stuff like that. Or you can go in deep and get some of the mushroom tinctures and the cordyceps mushrooms and mushroom blends. All good for your head, your lungs, your guts, everything else. Feel Supreme. TMHC15. Go check it out. We're back after that impromptu scram break.
I was just so suddenly
And I
hungry.
had my first shoe experience.
The shoe bun.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Absolutely. Well, it's just like a big profiterole.
Yeah, it
Which
is
is
like a big
better.
profiterole,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
big
big
profiterole.
profiteroles.
A lot more
Great.
fluffy and a lot more sort of going on, which
Oh,
is nice. 'cause
yeah, you
often
get
with
lost in a
profiterole-
shoes pastry.
Can we learn to make profiteroles?
No, I'll make a shoe with
That would
profiter.
make me better.
profiter.
Yeah?
Can you make profiter?
Please.
We'll find out.
Can you make me fat now? Is what I was going to answer.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one. How many calories is this?
Oh,
Right, so
Make me fat.
where were we up to? We had the stick insect thing going on.
We started
Um,
talking about comedy a bit there. But I bet you're always talking
So
about
we were speaking about Amy just getting into comedy and that, and you were saying about like it's good. That need more representation and that going on in it.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah, but just because like I rip comedians sometimes who come to the talent show, like
Right.
I'll rip them. Only in good
In jest.
in jest, yeah.
in good name.
So-
and now they're all like, go on then, see if
You
you're
do it
funny.
then. And then I go.
And then she is, and then they're like, fuck.
yeah, good.
Yeah, been smashing it.
But it's always a thing, because you've done the opposite way around. You've got eyes on you already, and so it is pressure. 'Cause
It is pressure,
Yeah.
but I've always done stuff not like everything I've done all my life. People are like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
That's not the way you meant to do it." But
Yeah.
it works out.
The thing
I
is,
think.
as well, most comedians, because of this, have gone, I thought you'd be doing it already. Or you go, I'm starting stand up, and they go, yeah,
Yeah.
of course you are. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
only a
you've got
matter of
comic
time until
timing
you
and
tried,
she
you
was
just know
doing
you're
it
gonna be
anyway.
good at it.
So it's not
Yeah.
like everyone's going, fucking hell, where's that come from? Didn't expect that.
When I did my first gig, it sounds really arrogant, but I'm not being arrogant. I knew it would be fine.
Yeah.
I knew it. Having said that, I was very mentally ill then, and I was so nervous I couldn't contain myself, my
Yeah.
nerves. So I took loads of Valium before I went on, and I yawned between the setup and the punchline.
That's funny, that.
I was not in the moment whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can just like if you go to a lot of comedy and you see what the standards are like as
Yeah.
well, you know how to measure yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Especially when you go into a lot of open mics and shit like that, new act nights and stuff.
I love comedy though, and like I watch the American circuit all the time. Even on TikTok, I'll look at American open micers, and it's so much better over there than over here. And so that's who I try and measure myself against, is the American scene, because it's well more advanced than the UK scene.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was the opposite way around. I thought it was easier to do a gig in the States because the audience are more the less audience, miserable.
Yeah, the audience are probably like more on board. Like they proper love it. And whereas I've heard people say UK audiences, they're just a bit cunty. And they're like, are you trying to do something? Well,
isn't it weird? Yeah.
It's like, make me laugh.
Yeah.
And
it's like, no, you should be here for a laugh.
Yeah. Personally offended if you haven't exactly like tickled their funny bone. They're like, you fucking.
Yeah, rather than.
Whereas in America, I think they're all out just to have a good time already. Yeah.
Which is really how it should be a little bit.
But the competition over there is like cutthroat. There's so many amazing comics.
But even like if you think of how many people are doing it over here, from open mic to pro level.
Do you think there's a lot?
I think there's a lot, but in America, it's like fucking 10, 15 times more than that. Do you know what I mean?
Because it'll be concentrated to like New York, LA, won't it? There's no.
No, there's definitely scenes everywhere, but but even like say if you go, we went to LA and I was like, oh, I'll see about trying to sign up to some open mics or whatever, and the Laugh Factory open mic was a sign up.
Yeah.
I think there was only say like 20 spots, and they were like, right, the show starts at 7, but you have to be in line from 4. Only the first thingies will get on, and then you can wait around, your name will go on, you might be able to jump on later on. So people queue up for hours for spots and that over there and shit like that, and loads of that going on. And like, I couldn't be arsed with all that. That seems
you
like
hear about the bump culture, like a name turns up and then someone's name just gets
bumped off the thing.
You'd be gutted, wouldn't you? 4 o'clock stood there.
Yeah, but at least you could sit and watch. You'd have to see it as like, I get to watch Chappelle. Do his thing, and I guess I won't get up for 10 minutes tonight, whatever, 5 minutes.
I think it's more like over here. It is more of like a storytelling style.
It's Edinburgh show, isn't it? People are trying to get that Edinburgh show now over here. It feels like
more like diversity and
it's more joke heavy.
Yeah,
like gag heavy.
Loads of different types of like
gag.
Gag.
Dad heavy.
Dad heavy.
Do you want to go with this list of questions?
Oh, there's so much. There's so many questions. Where did they come from again, Amy? Just in some.
It's Amy's brain.
In some inspirational moment. I've highlighted some of my faves. But, well, the first one, I think you came up with this last time, was what's your occupation history? What jobs have you had?
Oh, God. Do you know what? I've lied so much on my CV that I don't even know what is the truth anymore. Like, I look at it and go, did I work in Thornton?
Have I ever had a job?
I have had like thousands of jobs because I'm just one of them people who kind of do life very well. Yeah. So I was getting sacked all the time. And I like blags. Like, this is even that long ago. I was like about maybe 4 years ago. I was 28. Yeah. And the blagged me into a job. I just was so good. I was so good in the interview, and it was like to be a tech advisor. I've done no tech whatsoever my whole life. I've got I'm so shit at computers. And I just blagged my way in, and I was like, fuck, I'm like a tech advisor, like at this company, like advising people on the hardware and software. And like, it didn't occur to us. And the first day I got into the office, and I couldn't turn the printer on. And I was like,
you needed advice.
Yeah, I was like, how do you? And the woman's looking at us like, you need to be.
So funny.
I know, and I had to kind of, and then it never really came clean. It just slowly became clear as the.
You didn't know what you were doing.
What the fuck I was doing. In the end, she sort of just gave us a notepad and went. No, in the end, she made us call round customers that hadn't. I just became like a debt collector for them.
Yeah, call round other people, try and find a real tech advisor.
These really rough pub landlords going, you need to pay your subscription. Like, fuck off. So that's what I do here.
So you've had loads of jobs then in the past. Yeah. What about you, Harriet?
Many jobs. Did I maybe say this the last time? So I worked in a greengrocers where I would just polish the mould off. That was my job, polishing the mould off, and then it was a
for what? And that was mouldy.
Lemons.
Is that a job?
What
mould?
tool?
That's
what
hilarious.
Just like a rag.
The old mould rag.
Pardon?
The old mould cloth.
Oh, mould. Yeah. And then I remember once I was 16.
Sounds like you went to work in 1874.
Yeah.
I was
Got my old
16.
mole rag.
And then I remember that I worked with this woman who
Does this sound like a term of endearment down in Cornwall, doesn't it? My old mould rag.
my old mould rag. And this woman that I worked with left a tampon in for 2 weeks.
Oh.
That was a mold rag.
So I remember once I went on a night out and then someone shouted at me at a petrol station because I had a cigarette in it anyway, and then I shouted at me. I was thinking on the way here once.
Oh no, just fuck off.
Shouting at me.
Yeah, don't tell me what to do.
Fire.
And then I was
can't
sick
do that.
outside, so I went on a night out, and then I had to polish the mould the next day, and then I was sick outside the greengrocers, and I remember there was a whole chili in my sick.
Oh, chili.
Yeah, I must have. So then,
Polish the mould sounds like Earth of the Dog as well.
Yeah.
polish the mould, and then that was they wouldn't pay for to have the lift on, so that I'd just be drudging like potato bags up the stairs, and then one day I was like, "Fuck this! I'm bloody busting my back here." So then I got in the lift, but I didn't know it was a produce lift and not a human
People
lift,
lift.
and I got stuck in the lift, and the fire brigade had to come, and I'm there contorted with the bloody bananas in a bloody produce lift.
How many times did the fire brigade have to rescue you?
So many times.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Bloody yeah, many times. And then
You rescued by the fire
I've
brigade.
never
once
been
and you're
rescued,
like,
yeah.
Well, and touch wood.
Yeah. So was one of the manholes one you get stuck in the sewers? Did
The
that?
cat slater.
that wasn't fire brigade. That
Oh.
was just the
quicksand,
the
get wind
community.
shout off.
The cat
Uh,
slater.
Cat
incident.
Slater was fire
Yeah,
brigade.
that
wasn't
was
it? She got
fire
stuck in the
brigade.
mud.
I had to get
I told my little brother about that the other day, a few weeks ago, and he just couldn't believe his ears.
the most memorable job I'd say was when I told you this before, where I was directing the cattle. I had to direct cattle from a. Did I tell you about this? From a. Oh, it's weird because you had to direct the cattle out of the car park, and every Friday out of the car park into the field. But you're like, well, why are they in a car park for 7 days of the fucking 6 days of the week? But anyway, because it was a car boot sale, so then I
You were like a sheep.
So you had to get them out of the car park.
yeah, like a
Bye.
but I go.
So you got them out of a car park for one day because there was a car boot on.
Yeah,
On
and then
that.
I'd have to go. I think I said this before, but they didn't trust the cows. I don't really have an authoritative vibe, so I'd had to look at them in their eyes and go, move them like that, and then but get this. So I moved them, and then because I do it with my friend Tucker, and then because he lived nearby, and then there was a burger van at 6 because it was really early in the morning, so there was a burger van. So then we'd have a burger in the morning, but then I think one time one of the cows has smelt a relative because I'm eating a burger.
Relative. Oh god.
So then the cow stampeded, and then because it's Cornwall, so stampeded into a jeep, concertinaed into a jeep. The cow wasn't hurt, but it was just in a jeep. And then because it's Cornwall, I fucking knew whose jeep it was. It was the teacher from school, Mrs. Middleton, and then she left my school because there was this boy that I fancied that
Where is this going?
he got a squid from the
Oh, you
fishmongers.
told us.
And
sorry.
yeah,
I'm
he put it in
excited.
the girls'
Spoilers,
toilet.
yeah.
She's come in, slipped on the squid, cracked her head open on the sink,
Slipped on a squid.
and then had a cow full of bloody jeep. A jeep full of cat.
What a bad week she's had there. Terrible week,
Been
that.
through enough.
Cornwall just
She's
sounds
never ordering surf and turf ever again, that woman.
Yeah.
That's mad.
So that's
That's-
my.
Yeah, she had a
That's
service
two
of like
mad jobs.
non-flash.
So that was your job history.
Well, that's some of
Mouldy
it.
rag and cattle herder.
Yeah.
Cattle herder.
Cattle herder. The most I've said this before. I don't think I've said it on here, but the most memorable one was probably in bloody TK Maxx when have I said this? When
I
I
love TK
I don't
Maxx.
think so.
oh, I love TK Maxx.
Oh, it's
Treasure
great,
hunt,
isn't it?
innit?
Pardon?
It's a treasure hunt.
Yes, a corporate jumble sale. So then, so I was corporate jumble sale, isn't it?
Sponsored by.
Something brilliant in TK Maxx the other day.
You've got to be every now, because it used to be consistently great, but now it's just because I got my Adidas jacket that's got dolphins on it. No, this black one, and you wouldn't know it had dolphins unless you thought.
That sounds like something from TK Maxx. That
It's
an Adidas jacket, but there's dolphins on it.
But you wouldn't know because they're just they're not big bold dolphins. They're
These are from
subtle.
TK Maxx. Woo. I know, flying.
Brilliant.
But it used to be a lot.
But only
better.
every now and then, though.
You'll just
Because you can go in for 2-3 times in a row and not come out with anything.
I kind of like, because that makes it more special.
Look at the draw.
Yeah. But it
When you're
used to
finding the
be.
thing, you're like,
Yeah.
It used to be. It was just like wanging out the bargains left, right, centre. Because I got because I
Loads of Air
said
Force
this in.
Ones from there, and that me when I was younger.
Pardon?
Used to go in and get like loads of pairs of Air Force Ones and stuff. Like come in like 5 different pairs and that.
Used
It
to
was
lock
sick.
the core memory because I, as a kid, wanted to be a goth but didn't have the money to get the gear, the
Linkin
skinny
Park
jeans
with
and
the
that.
Air
Yeah.
Max.
So I used to wear my mum's skinny jeans, and then every time I
Mum
wanted
goth.
a new pair of shoes, I'd go into TK Maxx, take off the pair of shoes I had, and then just pop a pair of shoes on and wander out.
Nice.
Yeah,
Love
got me Converse from
I
there,
like that.
allegedly.
Love that.
Thrifter.
Yeah.
Love stealing from corporations.
that's such a council estate memory, isn't it? Of,
Yeah,
like,
that was.
you were like, nah, do you know what? I want to be a goth now, but you've still got like your trainers. And so you've got
Yeah,
like, your,
I need Converse. Everyone else has them.
yeah.
So that's why whenever I look there's always someone's shoes in there. I was once scamping, reducing the stuff, and then and it was I was on my feet all day, so I took my shoes off. Someone's fucking tried to fucking wander off with my bloody shoes.
I'll take what I can get into. But I remember someone else showed me that. So another council estate kid was like, "You need trainers. Come with me. This is how I get mine." And he showed me how to do that.
I'll be honest with you, I'm going to do it next time I go.
Yeah, man.
But there's a grey security.
I walked off with the tag on.
Well, with the tag on, and then what do you do? Prize it off?
We
Once
just
you're out
got
the
it
shop,
off,
they're not
yeah.
asked, are they?
Pardon?
Once you're out the shop,
Yeah.
they can't do nothing anyway.
No.
I just walked
But
with
how-
confidence at 16 years old. I've always had these shoes on.
But then as
Balance
well,
out
because
there, yeah.
sometimes the shoes
Balance
are
out
clipped
there.
together, so you're making a getaway.
I've
Just
done
hopping.
that.
This is how I walk.
I nearly broke my neck once, right? Because I had this little office job on the quayside, Newcastle, and I had this like pencils. I didn't realise, right? How do I describe this? Do you know sometimes if you have like pockets and they have that bit of thread that you have to cut?
Yeah.
And sometimes on a pencil skirt, because I was a secretary. What was that? A receptionist. I have so many fucking jobs. Like the pencil. Do you know how it's like a slit at the back of a pencil skirt? But there was a bit of thread holding that together. So it was like artificially quite tight.
Yeah.
And it was a very steep bank to get from the quayside to the metro station. And it was like sheet ice. And I was like a little penguin, like trying to get, because I couldn't move my legs, like, because they were like bound by this thread that I didn't know to cut. And I was like, oh my God, they've made this so awkwardly, trying to get up to the top of the hill and sliding back down. It was so embarrassing.
But you just needed to.
Cut the thing so I could like get a stride going. Like Charlie Chaplin.
Were either of you, this is one of the questions, were you ever part of a subculture? That's where I had that, like I wanted to be a goth. That was like, I guess a subculture.
Comedy's a subculture in it now.
Oh yeah, maybe that's the first subculture. I was very a loner, quite a loner person. So I was
Created your own.
I created my own subculture of loneliness, and then yeah, comedy's a subculture, I suppose. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like we're talking about going mental and stuff, but when I think it's the first time, like when I went mental a few years ago, and like people like comedian friends and stuff like you. And like some comedians from the Northeast, I just really realised like generosity of spirit of like having like proper like lovely friends around you who will like lift you up and help you, and yeah, it's quite finding your tribe, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because even within comedy, there's people that you get on with and don't get on with. Just because you're doing comedy doesn't all mean like.
Yeah.
If you're from a small town though as well, and you're, I don't know, different. You're a scandal, aren't you? Like you know what I mean. So you need to find other people like like you.
Scandal. With castanets. That's so funny.
Whereas I be like a scandal in my hometown. And then, so if you're meeting everyone now and you're all just scandalous together, it's fine.
It's so true though, isn't it? Because I feel like everyone's going, why is everyone that I know got ADHD? And it's because everyone with ADHD is flocked together. Yeah. All the weirdos and all the people who can't sit still. Instead of feeling weird, you've sort of like found each other, haven't you?
Yeah,
and
people,
your little group,
yeah, because people don't know how to handle you as well because you're weird or whatever. But if you're all weird together, then
all
bring it all out of each other.
Weirdness, don't we?
Chaos.
Yeah, there is often chaos, but good chaos.
There's a question for Harriet here off Patreon. So this is from EB Ball.
Shout out.
Come on, EB. So it says, hello to my favourite Northwestern stoners.
Hello.
Hello. This one's for Harriet. How's your dad after the whole Staphos debacle? What's he up to nowadays?
Staphos.
Oh, it says Staphos here.
No.
Oh.
My dad, what is he up to? Well, we think he's got a secret lover in Greece now. He's actually in Greece at the minute, yeah. He's always...
Was the first one from Greece? Just for anyone who doesn't know the backstory to that one, you met a man in Greece who sold.
Oh no,
legal highs.
He wasn't the first one. The first one was a man that owned a school uniform shop in Cornwall. But then Dad was going to leave the UK.
You should get Lance Dyer on the pod.
Do not get Lance Dyer on the pod.
There'll be a lot of editing out on that one.
Because he'd have to come. He'd have to leave Cornwall for a bloody start. So he was going to leave Cornwall for a man called Stratos in Greece, and then he retired. It was really sad because he loved his job and he retired, and then he tried to come back when it all went wrong, but they wouldn't have him back.
Ah, rats.
Yeah.
Sly that. Where did he work? Let's call them out.
The Hall for Cornwall Theatre.
Fuck you, the Hall for Cornwall. What? The Hall for Cornwall Theatre?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
The Hall for Cornwall Theatre.
Hall for Cornwall.
What did you think I was saying?
I thought you were just saying Hall for Cornwall. Hall for Cornwall. I was like,
Hall for Cornwall Theatre.
Hall for Cornwall Theatre. I was like, what?
Hall for Cornwall. Hall for Cornwall. Cornwall.
Cornwall.
Was I saying Cornwall? Hall for Cornwall.
Oh, fuck knows. Oh, fuck that theatre anyway.
And it's really cute as well, slash sad, because when me and the kids, when we went to visit him recently, he's then still trying to give us a tour of the fucking theatre that he doesn't work at. He hasn't worked there now for like, and they're like, you can tell, there's probably like a panic button for every time he walks in.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Dyer.
So they fell in love, then he moved to Greece to start a legal high shop.
Legal high shop, yeah.
And then he keeps, if you're friends with him on Facebook, he only did it the other day, the memories, and then it's the photo of the shop that they were going to have. And
what was it called? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't even know. I'm not going to get the internet in here for some reason. I don't know.
If you were Lance Dyer, what would you call a legal high shop?
I dread to bloody thing.
Dangerous question.
Yeah. I was like, what can I say that'll stay in?
Exactly. And then then Stratos. Wow. First of all, they had a builder.
Did you meet him?
No. Well, I didn't want to meet him because for some reason I remember my dad telling him that he held a puppy underwater and killed a dog.
Why do you always have to tell me something animal cruelty based every day?
Well, at least
every day.
It knocks us ill for like
yes,
weeks.
but Louise, you have
this
to...
is the real life, this though. This is the real world we live in.
It'll fuck me up for weeks.
Well, I feel like you'd be more upset than if I was shoved underwater and died.
Probably.
Maybe that's why my eyes are so big.
Why?
Because maybe I was shoved underwater in a previous life and was...
I had like a weird out-of-body experience earlier when you were WhatsApp messaging us. And you went, because I went, you're dead to me because you insulted me my old car. But because Harry always goes, they are now dead to me when someone does like a slight thing.
Yeah, I cut everyone out too
really easy.
So I'm trying, like now that we spent all the time together, I'm like, Harriet, these people cannot all be dead to you. Yeah. And you've got to sort of like work through conflict. But I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm dead to Harriet, that's why she calls me Callum.
Oh, taking a piss out of your car or something.
It was,
and I think you should call it To the Stratosphere. The legal high
we're
shop.
going back to that one now. But we were on something else over there.
I've completely forgotten.
Well, you're telling us about your dad's lover anyway.
Yeah.
New lover.
The new lover.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because because Stratos, because they had a builder for the shop, and then Stratos was shagging the builder, and then Stratos ate all the legal highs apparently, then died of pneumonia.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then what's the new lover?
Got Cameron that. Like, such a long build up for something so dramatic that you just brush over.
Yeah.
It's like the whole build up took ages, and then you go, yeah, he shagged the builder, took all the legal highs, died of pneumonia. So what are we talking about? Like what?
I thought I was doing good podcasting, getting back into the thing. It's just bleak.
Apparently it was my dad was, I can't even remember, I think I've chosen to block it out, but dad was in a sticky situation and Stratos rescued him. I think some old Greek man had like date raped my dad or something, and that's how they fell in love.
Fucking
Was
hell.
that Stratos rescued
Like a Greek Batman.
something like that? Yeah.
Oh, you like him now?
I was thinking, what would Greek be?
I was thinking when you were
Batman.
saying in a sticky situation, I was like accosted by stickins.
But your dad's all right.
So they wanted to know what he's up to now. So if they want to see him, the Horford fall.
Yeah, just trying desperately to give tools a replace. He hasn't worked in 10 years. But we think it probably got a lover in Greece because he's always there. But he might just like it. But we had to, because with his bloody, like when he moved in my mum's house when she died, he bloody bought bin bags full of bloody condoms and leather and
Bin bags.
He's gone wild, does he? Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
Don't condoms, I haven't got a lot of experience of condoms. Don't they have expiration dates?
you do, yeah.
They do.
God.
And how long are the expiration dates?
I don't know. I've never
I should
checked.
tell you listeners I'm a massive dyke. It's not just because I don't use condoms.
That's all right.
I'm still pregnant.
That's all right.
What's it called? Hot dogging.
Is it? I don't know.
Raw dogging.
Hot dogging. I was like, what the fuck's that?
Raw dogging.
Raw dogging, yeah. Hot dogging.
What's the,
I love hot
You
dogging.
probably get about 10 years on
Oh,
them.
do you? So
Yeah,
it's fine,
it's
have a
not
bin
going to be.
bag.
It's not like you find them in the whoops. In the whoop
whoops,
section of the
yeah.
Tesco and that. These
Yeah.
are nearly out of date condoms. Use
Yellow
them by
stickers.
tomorrow. Yeah.
I don't think you need a bin bag full, like.
No. I mean, it depends what you're getting up to, though.
Yeah.
I dread to think what he's up to.
He sounds like a kinky old man.
He's a bachelor. He's got
Yeah,
his
but
bus pass. He's 70. Must be 74 by now.
He's making up for lost time, isn't he? In a
Oh,
time where he
yeah.
couldn't be openly gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's really open.
Oi.
Yeah.
Now he's really too open, if anything. Really.
Have we, is there any more Patreon questions?
No more patrons,
Okay.
but there's a question, a
Ooh.
deep question if you want one.
And the hood's up for that.
How ominous.
He looks like a
I feel like he's going to hack into the mainframe.
Have you seen the Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the soothsayer
Oh.
from that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not seeing it, but I'm going to do this.
You do think you might do that from time to time.
You just look like if you typed in hacker into Google, this is the picture that would come up.
Yeah, we
So
should
she-
take some stock footage.
Yeah.
See what we can get.
Why did you go really calm?
Anyway.
Like,
Yes.
yes,
Love
hacking.
computers. It's 7 a.m. Picture the scene. Louise is in bed. No, you're stood outside, and a hooded figure approaches you and whispers that it's your last day on Earth. They relay all the passwords to you and a memory from when you were 10, so you know for certain that they are all-seeing, omnipotent deity. They then vanish before you. What are you doing next? It's your last day on Earth.
Tell everyone that I love them.
Oh, God. Well, all my family live in Cornwall. It'll take a day to get to them.
You can do a Zoom.
Oh.
Mass Zoom.
Family
Face
The
time.
final goodbye by Zoom.
Yeah.
That seems
Yeah.
a bit
You don't want to spend it on the
anticlimactical.
train or on driving, do you?
True.
Just tell people that I don't even know. Oh
Like,
God,
say you come here, I'm dying.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do.
Yeah,
Quickly get to Six Flags if that's
What?
the road up.
Where's Six Flags, Florida?
Florida.
What's the flight time to Florida? Like 9 hours or something. You probably do there and have 12 days there if you've done the time right.
Well, I mean, I would say Alton Towers, but it's my last day,
you can
and I've
go
been
back
Alton
in
Towers
time.
before.
Yeah, fuck Alton Towers.
You can go to a different time zone that's behind you, and then you get more time.
I'll keep going.
Good idea.
You can only go so far, and then you go too far, and then you're in Australia and you're 2 days ahead then.
then you're
I've
dead
been watching
quicker.
loads of stuff about near-death experiences, loads of stuff, to the point now my TikTok algorithm's really overwhelming. I just don't go on TikTok.
Scares you now, yeah.
Yeah.
What have you been watching about them? What have you learned?
I've just been so much stuff, right? That like the most interesting stuff that people are reporting is what they find out when they have near-death experiences. Is that we kind of plan everything before we get here, and we'll pick out like things that are going to happen, things that are going to challenge we, parents that we're going to have, what we all need to do to raise the vibrational frequency of Earth as souls, and it's so interesting. And apparently you've got a soul family, so, which I think is so fascinating. So everyone that you gravitate around on your life for Earth, actually you're all just the same soul family who've been together for eons and eons, and you just keep coming back in
What
different...
do you think about?
I thought of you two done.
I did as well. Yeah.
Oh, see?
Do you
Yeah.
what do you think about like vibes and that?
Vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes.
What is vibes?
I touched on this actually on our podcast, and you,
I wasn't happy about
no,
this.
you went, don't be so ridiculous.
No, it's only because you said that everything awful that's happened, you've planned out, and I said,
Well, according to this thingy, yeah.
so I just said, why would I be abused for 15 years?
Yeah, then I felt awful saying it's what you needed to happen.
Yeah.
For your own good, Harriet.
You asked for this, Harriet. Yeah.
I've had a year.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, that was good, Harriet.
So I would like to have in my last day was, do you know the old school the Muppets where Gonzo got stretched out? The cartoon, to see how long I would love to, if I was going to die anyway, I'd love to know how far I could stretch.
What, in a rack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Medieval torture. On your last
You're gonna go anyway.
Because I want
It's probably
to know,
about this far and then you're dead.
but
Like,
look at me.
you'd have to get a bigger coffin.
Yeah.
You don't fit in. It'd be like folding you into your
Roll you
coffin.
up like a fruit winder.
Yeah.
What?
Roll you up like a fruit winder.
That really rolled up. Yeah, and I'll be so long that my family and what did you say?
Soul tribe.
Soul sisters. Gotta get that dough, sister. Hey, sister, go. My soul family up here, and then my real family in Cornwall.
You'd be stretched
Yeah.
enough
You'd
to
be
see
able
them
to tickle
both.
your feet from Cornwall.
That's a good last day.
Yeah. You stretch yourself as far as you can go.
Last
To be medievally tortured.
Yeah, it's worth a go, innit? See what the fuss is about.
Well, never had that answer before.
I don't think we'll ever have that answer again, to be honest. Well,
I'd have a meal for sure. It's
meal?
all food based for me. I just eat
You
everything.
have to though, because you don't
Yeah.
actually eat. Well, you don't, so you'd of
Yeah, you'd be
course have a
starving
meal in your
anyway,
last day.
Oh yeah, true. But I'd eat many meals. I think I
Yeah.
just eat
Yeah, the
all
whole day eating.
Yeah,
So
everywhere.
you could get all your food delivered to the Wagamama's. So you have
Yeah.
is it the Wagamama, the Yo Sushi?
Yeah.
So then you
Yeah.
have all your final foods at quick.
Oh, your favourite? The final meal? What it's called? The Last Supper?
Yeah.
My own one.
Like the medieval torture, you'd have to like be sick, wouldn't you? Like medieval kings did.
Oh,
you
So
can
you
still
just
only
keep
eat
eating?
a normal amount of stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
I'd do that.
thank goodness that you're dying, because if you're sick that much, your acid erosion would sort your teeth out. Cut your teeth up anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get stretched. I'm not eating like that.
I'll go stretched one day.
Yeah, because I'd be so stretched out. Like, you know when snakes have pigs in the middle of the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd be so stretched out. Even if I had a Werther's original, I would have a little lump in me. Yeah.
Fucking hell. Mad.
Here's another one, Cameron.
You want another one of those questions?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
You've got anything you want to talk about?
You promoting
Anything
anything?
on your mind? Anything going on? Or you just want to answer some of these?
What was on my mind? Well, I was very scared for me. Well, it's just comedy. I don't want to talk about comedy, but
That's
everyone
fine.
Talk about
Do you want-
comedy a lot.
Do you want a deep question or a silly question?
Both.
both at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. Odd numbers or even numbers, and how do you want to die?
Dying again.
You said deep.
That's 2 questions.
Are you scared of death?
Gives a number and then.
After watching these near-death experience
No,
videos.
you feel like it's... what took me away from death? Right, 2 things. I got choked out in jiu-jitsu, didn't know it had happened. So I was like, oh, you don't know when you die.
Yeah.
Do not know when it happens. That happened to me. And then another thing, I had this realization, I think it was when I was on mushrooms, of death is the only certainty.
Yeah.
It has
So
to
it's
happen to
comfort in it.
everything.
Yeah.
It happens to you, us, everyone.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only guarantee that you have. So it's like, so it needs to happen. So it must hopefully lead on to something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That made me
Yeah.
sort of go, it's the one thing that happens to everyone and everything. It's the one thing we've all got in common.
It's so
So
obvious.
it shouldn't be as scary as
found.
you
Yeah.
think. Do you know what I mean?
When you start shifting it,
That was
it's not
mushrooms.
scary
That was a
anymore.
mushroom trip, that.
Was it?
Yeah.
How many grams? I'm trying to work out
No,
how many-
I'd never gone too mad on them. I think the most we've ever had is like 3 maybe, innit? 3 grams, 3.5, something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, not too crazy on them. So I'm too paranoid, me. I'm scared of a bad trip, so I've gone
Yeah.
into them dead like cautiously, like, oh, a little bit more next time and that. But yeah, getting choked out was weird. Just didn't know it happened.
Yeah.
So then you came to, and was everyone just like...
I came to and I was looking at the roof of the gym, and I couldn't hear nothing, and I couldn't move, and I was like, why am I? And I remember thinking, why am I looking at the roof of the gym? Because I
You
was
just
just
lost that
rolling,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then I went, and then I sat up, and the lad was, "Are you all right?" And I went, "Yeah, why?" He was like, "You
Why didn't you
fucking."
tap?
He was done, and I went, "Was I?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I went, "Oh," and just carried on
died?
rolling.
Yes. I
Yeah.
said...
So have you never had? You had?
Well, I said, didn't I, that
She's floated up and everything.
I floated up and
Yeah.
I could see it happening.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if you hadn't floated up at some point.
Yeah.
Well, I would be surprised if you hadn't done something like that at some point in your life.
Yeah, I know I was just having a look at them over the top of me. And then I must have gone, well, it's not my time. Back. But I knew it definitely was true because I knew that I was looking down. There was no way I
Yeah.
wasn't, because I'd be looking up their nostrils if not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try.
That's
I always.
mad.
From
I'm
hell.
so interested in what's beyond everything. I love it. I've never seen like a ghost. Well, have you seen a ghost? Because
Well, I've said it for me bloody fairies. That's all.
yeah. It's like such an inconvenience to. No, I've got me
Well,
bloody
no.
fairies. The
Well, no,
chickens, the
because it
fairies.
sounds fucking weird, but I just
No,
know.
but my friend Emily had fairies.
Yeah.
And she's reminds me of you a bit. You're kind of like cut from the same cloth, I think. So you must just be fairy people.
Cut from the same mold rag. What?
I guess you've been a ghost.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
bit.
But that's mad though.
Yes.
If you didn't feel it, do you reckon that because you didn't actually die?
No, I think I just went unconscious. But if he had carried on, I would have died.
But
You know
then
what I
do you
mean?
reckon...
But in my head, what was going on is like I tapped and he let go of me, and then I like was sat there for a second.
Just
And
lost
my coach
time.
said the same thing when he got choked out. He seen himself like getting out, reversing the position, and then woke up on the floor. So it's like your brain carries on going with what you're
Yes.
wanting to do, but
Yeah.
you're dead, you're asleep, whatever.
I want to try that.
And then yet woke up like, why am I looking at the gym roof? And I went, what's going on? And the lad was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, whatever. Didn't even know it was mad.
Wow.
How do you guys feel about living for the plot? So like your lives is the plot, and you try and make it as exciting as possible.
You essentially cause yourself chaos just for the love of the plot.
Oh, I've had too much chaos at this point.
I don't understand.
So like say, you know,
Main character, you're the main character.
and you make
Like
decisions.
the Truman Show.
Yeah,
Like
but
we
you
said,
make decisions
kind of.
in your life that maybe cause drama just because you're like, this is good for the plot.
Or
Do
it
you get what I
doesn't even
mean?
have to be drama. It can just be exciting
no, I was
things.
just trying to-
like,
Yeah.
like we did a
Explain.
burlesque performance recently.
Yeah.
We aren't burlesque performers. It was for the plot.
The plot.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good ones like that, I think, is nice. But
Some
like
people live for the
dramatic
drama.
ones, yeah, no.
Some people live for that though.
Yeah, they
Oh, they
do.
need it. They feed on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I avoid that at all costs.
Well, yeah, we've both had quite
Dramatic lives.
that we haven't had, like that we did.
I'm trying to keep things serene as possible.
Yeah.
Right,
But it still
yeah.
feels dramatic. I can't seem to help myself. I just do everything in the extremes. Like I just do things in the extreme. I think doing comedy is an extreme thing to do.
Yeah.
It's like last night there's 2,000 people and I was just stood there like, what the fuck am I doing?
What's going on here?
What am I doing? I'm so scared.
Have you had like imposter syndrome, shit like that from
yeah.
comedy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
all
that
the
never goes
time.
away.
I think it's such a working class thing. I think you just brought up to believe that you don't belong in those spaces. And like I had this lovely moment. I was like driving back through Jarrow, like the town where I grew up, and I used to always go on this run. And I was just driving through it. I was going to see my old next door neighbour a few months ago, and I was like driving through where I used to run like around this little bit, and I used to run around just dreaming and hoping and praying I'd get like a job just doing something creative that I'd like to do. And it was such a pipe dream. Like I never thought I would do it. And I was driving around the other week and I was like buzzing, thinking, "Oh my God, Louise, you did it!" Like, and I didn't even mean like to be a comedian. I just wanted to have like
Something.
an admin job in the theatre, like just basic like entry level. And you just know what you were saying before. There's just no in if you're from a certain background.
It's weird. Even comedy, it's like a fucking magic circle. It's like, how'd you get in there? What'd you do? And then no one else share, like, because like, don't tell anyone our tricks, otherwise we're good.
Because like the first thing you see a comedy really when you're young is like on the telly, innit?
Yeah.
So you instantly see comedians as like, how do you even end up
Doing
on
that.
a telly in an arena?
And it's a lot of middle class because, well, so many reasons.
Because now that I'm like doing this and I'm in the creative like world, I'll see people with those admin jobs in theatres or whatever that I used to dream of having, and I think, I didn't get that job because I wasn't creative or like clever enough. I just didn't get the job because I wasn't like that. Like I'm not like
an admin is not a
together
creative role.
Yeah.
Like they don't have any creative control over what happens in the theatre, though, do they?
But they're in that world.
But they're surrounded by it,
You're
but
not
it's not the
common.
creative side of it. So you probably would have got that and been like, I love being in the theatre, but I want to be on that stage,
I wouldn't
not
be
sat
doing
at this
content.
desk. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's it's one of them.
Yeah, I always get imposter syndrome. Trying to not have it. Do you get it?
I think so. I think I've run out of steam.
There's all that stretch.
You've crashed after your shoe bun, haven't you? You crashed after your first show bun.
Yeah, I had a whole fruit twist and a whole pack of bloody fruit pastels on the way here.
That's what it is.
Sugar crash.
Does sugar make you the opposite of hyperactive then?
But you can
Makes
crash
mellow.
after it,
Crash,
can't you?
Okay.
It brings you up. But we'll have to wrap it up now anyway, because it's like 3:10 and you've always got to
Oh,
London.
Lord, I need to drive to London.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Stretch yourself to London. Right, quick wrap up. So,
Thank you so
it's been
much.
amazing. Thanks for coming on. Where can they find you on social medias and stuff?
Oh my God.
Harriet Dyer and Louise Young.
I mean,
At Harriet Dyer Comedy.
Oh, yes.
what's my Instagram?
At Louise
Young.
No, it's not anymore. I've changed
That
it.
was weird.
Louise Young Comedy or
My
something.
middle name's Rachel. Louise Young Comedy now.
Okay.
On my
I'll
Instagram.
have them on the.
Thank you.
I'll look it
Oh,
up
we've got a
anyway.
podcast.
But
At
if you,
Make Me Better
you've got a
Pod.
podcast at Make Me Better. Cameron does the editing for that as well, don't you?
Yeah, you can hear me in the
that's right.
background sometimes.
The clips are hilarious that you're putting out, and that's just if you. It's more of this, innit? But you
Yeah.
find the
It's
ways
great.
to help benefit your mental health.
Actually, one of
and
my
that.
favourite days of the week
Yeah.
if we get to go to
Yeah.
record.
Yeah,
It's so
class.
funny.
Like
And we'll get you
yeah.
on our live show again sometime. I think it'll be like October ways, sometime like
But you
that.
should both do float tank and then podcast over it.
And then we'll come do mushrooms with us October times and
Yes.
stuff. Right, thanks everyone. Go
Bye,
check
love
these guys
you.
out. Love
Bye.
yous.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Cameron.
having me.
See ya. Bye bye.